You're finished!
Alright, so let's talk about UI Goku's mix-ups. Some of his mix-ups will come from doing flips, right? You know, L flip or M flip. And by themselves, they're okay, right? They're not too strong, they could jump out of it. But if you throw an assist down, right, and then you throw a flip out, then it's much harder for your opponent to react and predict what's going to happen, right? Especially if you do something like, I don't know, maybe like this, right? You cross up, and then you do M flip, right? It makes it really hard for your opponent to figure out what you're going to go for and react to it. So there's a few things you could do when you tie all this together, right? Let's say you do something like this, right? You know, flip, and then beam to flip back over, right, for another cross up. It's kind of just like Legos, you know, you kind of put them together to however you see fit, and it's probably all gonna work. The cool thing about M flip is that if your opponent is mashing 2H and you do, you know, whatever into M flip and they have a grounded 2H, you'll grab them out of their 2H and then get a punish. There's not really too much to cover with his flips. As long as you throw an assist in there, it'll be super ambiguous, right? If you're gonna flip by yourself, you kind of want to condition them with L flip because they could jump out of it really easy. And if they do jump out and you do, let's say, command grab or, you know, EXIs as I like to call it, or you do even beam, if they up back and super dash it, you'll get punished. So you want to condition them with L flip, right? You're +3 on block, and if they block it in the air, right, when they jump away or try to, you're +9, right? And if they try to super dash you, then you'll punish them. And you could actually TLD, which I'll show you later, off 214L. So like I mentioned earlier, if your opponent does up back super dash, beats all your options, I thought I would give you a visual representation, and here's what it looks like. If they up back and then super dash any of the 3 options, right, besides L flip. Now here's what happens if you do L flip and they try to do that. You get a punish, right, if they do it a little too early, right, if they don't time it correctly. Just a reminder, if you do M flip in the corner, you can steal the corner. It doesn't matter if it's in the air or on the ground. Or you can even do L flip, right, and then M flip to take the corner, M flip, do S. It's basically, like I said, it's like Legos. You just put them together however you see fit. And if you combine your assists with these mix-ups, they're gonna have a hard time seeing exactly what is happening. There's just too much stuff in the way. Look at this. Right? It's like, oh, well, whoa, I guess I got hit. And then you get a cool combo off of it, you know, build some meter, all that stuff. UI privilege, baby. Ultimately, it's up to your leisure to choose what button you want to end this with to try to mix up your opponent. If you think they're going to mash, just end them with the bus driver. If you think that they're going to 2H you, you can do M flip to cross them up. If you think they're going to respect you, then you can go for the double mix up. Or if you just want to go for a restand, that is safe, by the way. This move is -5 on block. And the cool thing is, if you do it once, they block it, you can do it again. So the RPS situation is definitely in your favor whenever you're on offense. And even when you're on defense and there's a small gap. So this is probably the best special in the game. If not, it's a top 3 special free. I mentioned earlier that you could TLD off L flip, right? Well, here's the combo. The cool thing about this combo, or this TLD I should say, is that you don't have to be in the corner to start it, right? You could actually be pretty far, as you just saw. 2, it doesn't cost many resources to do it, right? Look at that. I started 1 bar, and he's dead, right? You can do level 1 to level 3, or 2 separate level 1s, whatever. The choice is yours, right? More efficient is level 1, separate level 1, and then level 3. Some characters could probably just double level 1, single level 1, another single level 1. But yeah, that's why conditioning them and mixing up between your flips is very important, because if they try to up back super dash and they get caught by L flip, they're probably dead. You can tick throw with the 3rd hit of UI Goku's auto combo, you just have to use an assist, and I'm gonna show you how I do it with Gohan, right? Maybe I'll even try it with Yamcha, don't know the timing, but it can't be that much different. Here's how the tick throw looks. You get pretty good damage and meter off of it, even though it's a tick throw starter. As long as you have an assist left, you can definitely build about 2 bars, which is actually pretty good off a tick throw. And the good thing about the tick throw is that you can go into 2M, right? And you can actually TLD, even if you only have 1 assist, if you land the 2M. So here's what it looks like if you go for 2M instead and they get clipped. What makes this mix-up so powerful is that it's a guess, right? They have to guess if you're going low, or they have to guess if you're gonna command grab. If you go low, right, and they try to jump out, if they thought you're gonna command grab, they're dead. It's very simple TLD. Look at that. He's dead. I didn't even work that hard. And I killed the character. Self-sufficient, 1 assist, TLD, right? You can start with 0 bars. As long as you have the proper assist for the final extension into Dragon Rush, into DP, or whatever other extension you could figure out, they're dead. So take the throw, right? Like Street Fighter 5 says, take the throw. Because if not, you try to jump out and you get 2M'd, you're dead. This command grab mix-up is kind of cheeky. It's kind of like a one-time only use, so use it wisely. It's after level 3, you dash up or micro dash and then you just smash L, right? It's one of those I need a stupid dumb mix-up that's really gimmicky but it'll work type of things. A couple other ways that you can bait or even mix your opponent up with UI Goku is doing either 5M or 2M into 6S into L or M 236, right? So you do this, if you do L, right, you can mix them up or bait them into like reacting too late to hit a button, or if they're just swinging and you do M, you could catch them trying to throw normal out, right? Or let's say they try to super dash. You can even catch them just smashing in general off of it, right? So like he's smashing L, he got hit. I'll even show you training mode. Look at counter settings, L, right? Or square in this case. M and L both hit. So you have to be really careful if you're trying to mash against Goku, especially if you end your string like this. And just a reminder, don't forget, even if they block this, you can steal your turn back with this move. Frame 4 invincibility, right? -2 on block when you do this. So if you do the math, if you time this correctly, even if they hit a button, you'll be fine because you'll be invincible by the time the normal comes out. And it's -5 on block. Like, who thought that was okay? If for some reason you end up going into Goku's 5H mid-screen, you can do this combo to still get the corner, even if you're all the way at the other corner, coast to coast that. If you land a 2H or a J2H, sorry, you can just delay the super dash to side switch. I forget if I put this in my beginner guide, but it's always good to have a reminder, right? So you don't have to do the other extension or anything else and waste any resources to get the corner back. Besides the simple regular bread and butters that UI can do, he has other combos that you can do that are easy, and then he has a re-jump, right? That's not as easy, but you can still go for it if you have the execution. So here's the simple one, right? This one's easy, it's not hard to do, there's no crazy timings to it, right? The only hard part, that's not even that hard, is when you do the 5H, right? Just a slight delay after that hits, but the timing is very easy to get. Now, you may be asking why I'm not doing the second hit of 5M, and the reason you don't want to let the second hit rock is because your combo ends up doing less damage in the long run. So if you can avoid using the second hit, definitely don't use it. And not just that, but the second hit adds a lot of hit stun to your combo. Here's the re-jump version that's, of course, harder, but it is more meter and more damage. If you can get this down consistently, I would say it's worth it. Any extra meter and damage for something that's not impractical is definitely worth it. This combo is definitely a practical combo. Here's the combo you want to go for when you land an M command grab in the corner. It's easy, simple to do. You know, you could try mix and matching a couple of things, but that's the general blueprint of what you want to do. You can combo from L flip with an assist, but you have to call it before the flip hits, right? Because if you don't, this is what happens. You whiff, right? The combo route is the same after you land L flip into the assist extension, so there's not really much of a difference here. Just keep doing what you're doing, do what you know, and yeah, make them explode. When it comes to Goku UI Restand resets, there's not much of a difference of what you're going to do, right? You're basically going to do what you've been doing. However, there is one small thing that you need to know, and I'll show you. So you're going to see that this is going to hit, right? And then they're going to block this. So the first hit of 5M hits, right? And then they block the second hit. The reason why this is so important is because since the first hit of 5M hit, you're able to jump cancel it, just like any normal that would have been in a combo, right? So you can now air dash, even though they blocked the second hit, because the game registered, okay, one part of it hit, you can now jump cancel it. So you can do some cool stuff with that, experiment in the lab and see what works best for you. Now when it comes to UI's defensive options, obviously he has, you know, down DP, which is great because you can't cross them up and it hits on both sides. Let's not forget about 214H, right? You can do it if there's a gap in the string, if they vanish you, even though they're plus, you can throw it out. It's super safe, it's only -5, they can't punish you if they reflect. Some level 3s will whiff, they have to get a super hard read, jump and super dash to punish you. You know, you can do 214H into 214H again. Do keep in mind that if you 214H into 214H again, you have a lot more recovery when you do the move in the air. Yes, it's still, you know, 4 frames startup to be invincible, but this second one can actually be punished. So yes, it's a good option, right? But you could explode if it doesn't work out as planned, or if you don't call an assist to cover yourself on the second one, right? Even though I brought this up in the basic guide, I'm gonna bring it up here because I don't want people coming at me to be like, well, Cloud, you forgot about counter super. Well, yeah, you have counter super, right? Frame 1 invincible, you know, you can react to 6M, you can react to some normals, right? If they're delayed with this move, right? It's active for a very long time. You know, it's just one of those moves that you can react to super dash. It's air okay, it's great, right? It's all blue life, but that's fine because it takes a lot of damage. It puts them in a bad situation. So yeah, there you go. I wouldn't throw it out willy-nilly because if you get baited, you're gonna explode. But you could definitely react to a lot of things with this frame 1 counter. These next couple things are kind of going to be style over substance, and you know, I thought might as well throw it out there because, you know, UI Goku guide. So if you want style on your opponent, you can do something like this. Pretty funny how this works, because that move has so much hit stun. You know, you can do whatever, blah blah blah. That's one of them, right? And if somehow in the snowball's chance in hell you land this, you could actually TLD off of this, right? The auto combo loops. You can do it about 4 times if you land either the second or third hit, right? And then you just go into bus driver, you do double super, and they're dead. You know, double super, level 1, then a level 3, and they're dead. It's funny. It's a funny combo. I thought I would share. Here you go. So all in all, UI Goku is basically a character who's a jack of all trades. He can do everything, right? Everything. There's nothing this character can't do. He can zone, he can do damage, he has combos, he can build meter, right? He has defensive options, he has everything. He has mix-ups, restands. This character literally has everything. You don't have to worry about building a team around him. He helps teams because he basically works with any single character or every single character in the cast. Please let me know if I missed anything in the comments. Like I said, I'm only one guy. A lot of stuff passes by me. If you're like, Cloud, why didn't you cover his key blast, right? How 2S, 5S into Vanish Gels. If you saw the beginner guide, you would see that I covered some things that I didn't cover here, right? Like how you can use beam to retreat and it's pretty safe, and a block string, and some other things, you know. So if you think I'm missing some stuff here, go look at the beginner guide. If you haven't watched it already, I'll link it, right? Put it in a little card on top. Maybe I'll put it in the description, I'm not sure. But go watch that first before you come at me. And then if you notice, hey Cloud, you didn't bring something up, you know, put that in there. That's when you can tell me, right? But I don't want you to say you forgot this and then it's in my beginner guide, you know. Thank you for watching. It was fun. I really like doing this. I hope y'all like watching them as much as I enjoy doing them. Stay safe. Please like, sub, tell people, you know, spread the word, because I love doing this for a living. It's great. It's awesome. And I hope I can do this longer.